Hi water signs, this is Paulette from Water Chariot Tarot, and I'm going to be doing your third week of March in love. So let's go ahead and jump into your reading. So your main message for the oracle is Chalice Hill. Okay, so it says, let your feelings flow and allow yourself to be vulnerable. Be open to receiving and enjoying the flow of life. In the past, you had to restrain your emotional responses to get over life's hurdle. Now it's time to integrate your feminine and your masculine energies and find balance, okay? Allow your vulnerability to transform you and manifest inspirational new opportunities. All right, so let's see how this aligns into your past, present, and future in love. So definitely take heed to what Spirit is telling you. And so it seems like there's a time of being open emotionally, whether you want to or not. But you got to work on being vulnerable and being open and being honest with yourself and being honest with the other person. If there's a person of interest or somebody that you're currently with, or if you're super single, just being vulnerable enough that if somebody of interest comes in, then know that you are open emotionally and you're not holding back. Okay, so something must have happened, in the past where you felt like you had to restrain yourself from being like that. Sometimes being vulnerable is not a good thing because people take advantage of that. And I think as water signs, we go through that a lot as well. We tend to be very open emotionally. We're honest. We're sweet, we're kind, we offer, and we are definitely vulnerable with a person that we care about. But sometimes they take advantage of that and we end up getting hurt. So let's see what's going on, okay? So let's see, in the past, you got the Three of Wands. So something was going on where, you saw that there's opportunity in a relationship. There was a possibility of something coming in for you passionately, something creative, something that, it could have led to a place where both of you are willing to work with each other, but you're waiting in the process. And so remember that the Three of Wands, and the other right away, it's a person standing over the hill waiting for their ships to come in. So you're ready. You're at the place in the past where, you're trying to see what the opportunities were out there if you're single. And also if you're in a relationship, you're trying to see, okay, so what's going to come in for us? Like what's going to be different for us? How are we going to move this forward? And you're probably trying to move this relationship to go into a certain direction, okay? Because Wands has to do with action and movement. And so you guys were taking action in the past. And so while you're doing that, you gain strength in the situation. You're able to tame yourself, and tame yourself from the decisions you're making. You want to make sure that you're making the right ones, but you're also gaining strength as far as strength in love, how you're going to do things, how are you going to move forward. All of that takes strength. It takes strength to make the right decisions and not to be too hasty to get things together. Some people are very impulsive and you weren't being impulsive. You were using all your strength to guide this relationship into the right direction. And the Ace of Pentacles was there. So while you were working, doing what you needed to do in the relationship or putting your part, the Ace of Pentacles was offered to you. There is an opportunity. Like I said, there's opportunities that you're waiting for. And there was a brand new one that came in. And so, you loved it. Obviously, because we are the type of people, water signs are the ones that we love stability. We need somebody that's able to not just give to us emotionally, but we need somebody who is in a place of being able to give from a stable place, from a balanced place. Okay? And, that, when that offer came in, we probably, were in a place of, holding back. And it's kind of strange because we were here waiting to see the opportunity and, being open to it and, making ourselves available to it. But then at the same time, when it finally came in, we pull back and we're looking at this, we're observing it, and we're trying to get clarification from this Ace of Pentacles. And usually most people would just take this good opportunity, but in this case, in the past, you did not. And I'm just wondering, because this was talking about being open and being vulnerable and getting out of the place of being resistant and holding back from, being vulnerable. And maybe in this case, whatever is being offered to you, you had to open yourself up to this new situation or to this new offer. And so it kind of pulled you back and put you in your shell, where you had to really look within and you had to study the entire situation and see if this is something that you wanted to take. So let's go ahead and look into your present. So in the present, you got the Page of Wands. All right, so there was specific communication that was supposed to come in. Any kind of form of communication from the other person is going to be delayed. It's not going to come in. If we're expecting for them to call us, to text us, it's not going to happen. If we're already in a place of where we are with this person, maybe something's happening between you and them where the passion is literally dying. Either you or the other person just is not giving their passion anymore, or they feel like their attention needs to go somewhere else because they're kind of dissatisfied in the moment, in the relationship. But we're going to dig deeper and see what the other cards come out with, okay? Hold on, let me turn on the lights. That way we can see a little bit better. Okay, there we go. So what's coming in is the Wheel of Fortune. So even though there has been a delay and there's been a holding back and of not giving, karma is setting into place, because the Wheel of Fortune is not just about luck and things going into your favor. It could also be there's something between you and them, your karmic cycle. It has to move, it has to go in a specific direction. And so if you guys are dealing with a karmic partner, something's happening where the wheel is turning. You need to move on from this karmic situation. And it just, if it has to move forward and you guys are feeling that this karmic partner, you're learning from the situation with being with them, it could be that maybe it's time to finally find passions elsewhere, or realizing that something has to change in order for you to have something successful. Something's going to happen where it's going to set that into motion. And the next card is the Death card. So yeah, like if you are dealing with a karmic person, remember karmic has to do with lessons that you're learning and picking up on when dealing with this person. And something, is coming in where that karmic situation needs to change. It has to move beyond where it's at. And so what's coming in is the Death card. So something is ending in the situation with this karmic person. And so karmic person is not always a bad thing. It's just something that we learn within the relationship. Something that we had to pick up on. What is Spirit telling you about this relationship? It's coming to a time where you have to be vulnerable with yourself. Is this the type of relationship that you've always wanted? If not, you have to go back into the drawing board. And that was the purpose of this person, to show you what it is that you need and want out of a relationship. And if they're showing you, okay, this is not what I want, then karma has set in and it's taught you a valuable lesson that you need to find what makes you happy and let, you know, spirit guide you to the right person that can offer you exactly what you're wanting. But there's going to be an end to that, and you're going to cut it, you're going to end it, so something brand new can come in that it is aligning with you and that it is perfect for you, and that is going to bring balance, because this card also has to do with balance. It's a yin and a yang. You want to find somebody that you know, can fit you, where both of you can work properly together. You can't have two yings, because it's just going to be too much in the relationship. If both of you are both controlling, it's going to be a hot mess. If both of you have the, you know, same mindset about everything, then one of you is going to want to take the lead, and there's going to be a fight in the situation. But if one is a yin and the other one is a yang, one is more able to do something else in the relationship, while the other person picks up something else in the other relationship, and then both of you can offer something different where both of you can work perfectly with each other. But you got to be vulnerable enough to understand that. You got to be open to what spirit is telling you about your current relationship. Or if you're single, in the past, you know, you dealt with specific situations that weren't offering you exactly what you wanted, where you had to go on into that hermit mode and be like, wait a minute, I know they're offering me something kind of stable, but is it stable for me? Okay, so the next card is the Nine of Pentacles. So yeah, you have, you know, after you go through the Wheel of Fortune and the death, and there's something brand new coming out of the relationship, you're realizing that you are good on your own. You're more than capable of being stable by yourself and giving your, you know, filling all your needs on your own. You are very desirable. You are very wonderful. You're attractive. You got everything there is to draw somebody in that can give you the same thing that you can. And so spirit is telling you, be vulnerable enough that when the time comes that somebody is at this place where they can come in the same way as you in the Nine of Pentacles, be open enough to be like, damn, you know, that's good. They're able to offer me exactly what I can offer to them, and be open to that, but don't resist it. You know, don't pull yourself back into that hermit mode and get scared that you finally found somebody who can be of equal value to you and offer you the same things that you can offer them. And sometimes we tend to be in relationships and attracting the same type of relationship where the person comes in a different level from us. And when we actually meet somebody who's capable of giving us what we want, the first thing we do is we shoot it down. We're not vulnerable with them. We put up a wall and we become resistant. And that's something you should not do. You should be open to somebody who can bring the same thing as you can. But like I said, something in the present, there's something being delayed. And so while there is a delay, other things are happening with you as an individual, where you're going to get to a place where you're going to be stable on your own. Okay? And you're going to be learning in the process while you're waiting for things to change and things to move. And, you know, there's a new rebirth happening within your own personal life. So, you know, you shouldn't have to really focus too much on that other person. Okay, so in the future, you got the Ten of Wands. So you're already feeling burdened with this person, either a person of interest or with the person that you're with. Or if you're single, you're just feeling burdened overall. And so you got the Page of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Nine of Cups, You got the Page of Pentacles, and you also have the Page of Cups. Okay, so all right, so this is where vulnerability is going to be taking place, and this is what Spirit is telling you to do. Let things flow, okay? Don't let things become so overwhelming, wanting things to head a specific way in your life, in your love life. You're carrying too much, okay? So eventually you are going to drop things, but at the same time, there is a burden. There's something that, you know, is too heavy in the future for you. And so what is happening is that, remember, in the present, the Page of Wands was in reverse. Now what's happening in the future is that it's upright. So the messages and everything that, you know, at first you were wanting, you know, the communication, the relationship, you know, that you were interested in, it's coming in. And it's coming in super fast. I don't think you were expecting for it to all of a sudden take like a quick turn. You were in a place where, you know, back here in the present, you know, things were being delayed, and I think you got accustomed to that. But then, you know, the Wheel of Fortune came in and things were going to turn in your favor, but you're still dealing, you know, with what you needed to learn through this person. And you became stable, and now all of a sudden, boom, there it is. You know, the communication, everything that's coming in is coming very swiftly, and it's coming very fast. And this is new information that's coming towards you. And maybe this person could be telling you why they didn't call you as much, or why they weren't putting in the work. But whatever it was, it put you in a burdened state. And it also put you that you had to walk away. You had to walk away. I'm just wondering too, you know what? Okay. So I feel like this may not be you. This may not be you. I don't think it is. I think this is the person of interest, and this is the person that you're probably currently dealing with. They have been burdened. And, you know, they weren't able to offer you or giving you anything passionately. And maybe their passion came back. They woke up. They're able to communicate and text you, and they're doing it quickly. But I think the information that they're going to give you is that they personally had to walk away from something emotionally. And right now, what's happening is, here's you. You're the Page of Cups, okay? And here's them. Or it could be that they have a choice that they need to make, and it's burdening them. So what's happening is that they know that there's a decision that they need to make, where they have to walk away from somebody. And it's between these two people right here. They have you, and they have this earth sign. There's a choice that they have to make. Where are they going? What makes them, you know, want to be in a relationship? Who are they desiring to be with? It could be you, or it could be the other person, but they're making a decision. But if communication is coming in quickly, they may be walking away from the other person and coming towards you. But like I said, it could also be that once they get away from the you know, situation that they're dealing with, they're going to be at a place where they're going to be honest with you and tell you, you know, that they want to be with you and they want to work things out. And so now both of you are meeting each other in an equal place. Remember, I was telling you about, you know, two people coming in equal value. Both of you are pages. Both of you are starting off small. Both of you are offering. And so it may not be anything huge or grand. It could be that you guys are starting over again from scratch. And, you know, so there's going to be that beginning part of a relationship starting all over again. But the offer is there. And so once you guys get to this place of offering to each other, you're in an emotional state, you're able to give emotionally, and they're able to give, you know, they can give to you in a stable place. And maybe that's where you were in the past, you know, where they did try to offer you something, the Ace of Pentacles, but something was happening where you picked up that something wasn't quite right yet with them. And so later on, through the past, present, and future, you're realizing they were going through stuff. There's not resistance, but there's something going on with them, but there's like a stop to what was happening with them. And it's because they were dealing with other things. They may not even be another person. It could just be that there's other things that they were struggling with that became a burden, that they couldn't offer you anything quite yet. In the future, in the present, and then in the future, they're finally able to break free and be open. And so Spirit is telling you that when the time comes, when they do finally come through in the future, if you are the one carrying burdens, you got to let them go. You got to allow for you to walk away from the things that weren't working for you emotionally, and allow for the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Cups to come in for you, and be open towards that. Be open towards a new beginning of something between you and the other person. Allow yourself to move away from things in the past that weren't working between you and this other person. But like I said, I feel like they're the ones dealing with the burdens and realizing, you know what, my passion does not lie in something else. It doesn't lie in work. It doesn't lie in helping everybody else but Cancer. It doesn't lie in dealing with just their family all the time. They realize that they have to bring their passion back. They have to bring back their communication and their efforts towards you, because there was success there. And so in order for them to do that, they had to walk away from other things, from something else that was taking away time and emotions, and taking away from giving to you. Okay, so while they're going through their moments, you are going through your learning lessons. You're going through your karmic lesson, going through the things that you needed to deal with and still become stable regardless of what their choices they were making. You're gaining strength and realizing that, there are times that you had to step back and look within and see if what they were offering you was good enough either way. But you remained in a stable place, and you're still being successful in your own life regardless of what decision they made. And so again, while you're going through all of that, you're remaining vulnerable and open to what was being offered to you and what will be coming in the future. And so this card also reminds me of health. Some of you guys are going to be really taking care of yourself, okay, in the month of March. You guys are going to be, eating better, meditating, putting yourself in a position of, receiving positivity. Maybe you might be one of those people that, you watch like those TED Talks. Sometimes those TED Talks are very helpful. They give you everything you need to kind of get you going and bring your self-confidence back. So there's things that you're going to be doing that's going to be bringing wellness to your mind, body, and soul. And you're going to be taking that very seriously. But in order to do that, you also have to be open and vulnerable to these, self-health and wellness, situations. So if you're going to meditate, you have to open yourself up to meditating and releasing that right there, to be able to concentrate and meditate on good and positive things. You got to be vulnerable. You got to be open to that. So I just see you balancing yourself as well, and gaining everything you need regardless of what this person is doing. Regardless whether you're single or not and dealt with something in the past, something is happening with you that is changing you, making you more vulnerable, making you a more open person, and you're taking care of yourself in the process, and you're not putting yourself to the side. Okay, and so there is going to be an opportunity in the future. So I really don't think it's you who's going to be stressed out. I think it's going to be the other person. They're realizing that if they don't get to you, and if they don't haul ass, it's going to be too late to even try to offer you anything, because you're in a different place. I feel like you're going to be so balanced that it's going to be so attracted to other people that you are probably going to end up getting a lot of opportunities being offered to you. And I think they might sense that. And look at her. She's so freaking beautiful. Like, she's so at peace. She's gorgeous. And so some of you guys are going to be glowing. You know, some of you men are going to be so freaking handsome that you don't even have to do much. You can just say hi, and people are going to be dropping those panties, okay? Some of you ladies are just going to really take care of yourself. You're going to look gorgeous. Okay, so this is the message that I have for you. If it resonated, please like and subscribe. Take care of yourselves. Have a good one, water signs.